Hey guys, I'm Man Axel, bring us some more things, right? Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. In the last part, we started off the cross-examination of this man here, Victor Kudo, and he's going to tell us about whether or not the coffee cup that the victim had, was he using it with his left hand or with his right hand? That was the confusion. So, let's see what he has to say. The boy was wearing the same earpiece on the same side as the green lens on all of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all at the same time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called a HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. HDTV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. It's true, he doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Okay, now let's go ahead and press a statement like we always do. So the victim was wearing an HMD. HDTV, CD, DVD, what does it matter? None of them are actually the same thing. And you're sure that he was wearing the earpiece on the same side? No question. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. From the opposite table, he'd have a view of the side of the victim's head. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. Something's not quite right. Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, there won't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? That's why, if there aren't any of them, we'll just keep smashing him with the press. So the victim was wearing a HMD. Oh, did I already read this one? Oh, I already read this one. Me not paying attention. Kept fiddling it all the time. Wait. It seems you kept your eye on Mr. Glenn Elg. He was getting on my nerves, rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all the fuss dying from one sip of Javakino. I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked. So I take it the victim was a walking ball of nervous energy. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. The earpiece you mentioned, which hand did the victim touch it with? You're one of those people. One of those people who uses his left hand to get things out of his right pocket. Who fastens his left cuff with his right hand. And when the tall guy says, on your right side, you'll see the famous blah blah blah, you're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you? No, I didn't mean... Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in. Oh no, he's throwing seeds all over the place. I feel sorry for the janitor. He's gonna need to clean that stuff up. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. You seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo. That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me. It looks like he really did see the guy picking the cup up with his left hand. This is a dead end. Well, Nick, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right. Then chuck evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, then there won't be any contradiction in the testimony, right? Yeah, okay. Roy's wearing the earpiece on the same side as Greenland's aspect. We can actually have a look at that, because it'd be left eye, left eardrum, front. Ah, he can't be wearing the earpiece because he's fucking can't be wearing the earpiece on his. Okay, he's saying, look what he's saying. The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as green lens of his specs, right? But his left eardrum was ruptured. So why would we using that ear to listen to music or to listen to whatever he's listening to when he would be able to hear it? So this is bullshit. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observation of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question. You can look me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. I don't think so. What did you say? What do you say? What did you say? I forget what you said. You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear from his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication from his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece on his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. Pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Order! This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims that the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Kudo? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain? Are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup. It was in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javakino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup, held in his right hand, and switched it to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the cup. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor. The fact still stands. With one hand on the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this. Sadly, Mr. Kudo, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory was credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Haha, get done. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied with the I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from here. I'm ordering the defense and prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. The court is adjourned. Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo. You go home. Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there, I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's across his eyes. Nah, it's the other way around, mate. How is your bad memory my fault? I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know. What? There's more? To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the coffee you want if you come to my house as a trial. I'm 68. I may be 68-year-old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. Okay, I believe it'll be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony. You bet, much quicker. I can't believe this is happening. Ha ha ha, you better get ready, youngster. I get the picture. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with a box. He's got the headband. He's got the headband. Infinite ammo. Look, his headband. That's where he gets his. Okay, no. That's where he gets his infinite ammo from. I was making a Metal Gear Solid reference, trying to make it funny, just failed. I'm just gonna read it all when we press every statement, so no need to read it right now. Well, how about that? Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Hey, you doubting me again? You doubting a poor, defensible man? No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of. And I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain. That's why. That's all you can think of. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your final cross-examination, please. The final showdown. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure myself. The court generally prefers if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo. Noisy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. Macho man Randy Savage. You won't believe me. It's the same testimony, whatever. He's checking to see harder than ever. I better be careful. Come on, Nick, nail him. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of the Javakino. We already established that. The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo. I know that. I was just setting the mood. How else am I supposed to build up suspense, The suspense? Isn't it enough? Should I work the audience a bit more? No, please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible. Alright, now where was I? Oh yes, the young boy slumped over the table and... Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. A vase, you say? Yes. There are vases on all the tables in the place. The accident's waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over. Well, he's right about the vase being vases. I do remember seeing them too. There was a vase on the table when I ate lunch there. And you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase? Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define... Okay, I get it. I heard it break. I know, and the sight of it is burnt into my memory as clear as day. It broke, and a strip of cloth covering this table got stuck. Stuck in water, you mean? Yes, it splashed on the knee It splashed me on the knee as well. You said you were sitting on the table across the room from the victim, correct? And yet the water still managed to splash onto you? It was cold. I clearly remember it splashing me. Could the water really make it all the way across to the other side of the room? Possibly. If it got knocked over hard enough, then yeah. You mean the vase on the victim's table? What was he talking about? Well, how about that? 10 fingers were down. Oh, what? You mean the vase on the victim's table falling upside down and breaking? The vase turned upside down, and my witness testimony turned this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you mean? What do you think, Captain? I'm impressed by your ability to waste time. Kudo hasn't raised any objections for a while now. So you young show-off, with that scrap of information, I'm throwing down the courtroom. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat. He's really giving you the evil eye, Maya. It's you he's looking at, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, youngin. I guess I'll have to just rise to the challenge then. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, he's wrong. Look at the crime photo. The table's still up. The vase is still up. Yeah, he's chatting all the shit. He knocked it right over. It broke and it broke. No. Shut up. Mr. Kudo, this photograph on the crime scene. So what? It's definitely at the table. The vase there is intact. Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch. Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the king will really have to be here all night. Ah. What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes, go on. The broken vase. It was on my table. Ah, he's just wasted all our time. It started me when the young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. He wasted all of our time. Get this guy out of here, please. Can we just move on? Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more I've got to say. Oh yes, I remember something else. Shut up. Get him out of here. Thank you. Wait, listen to me! Thank you. I wasn't. You wasted all of our time. Well, you seem to have been considerably sidetracked, and I'm still not in the position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we've heard thus far. The mark of the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from his left hand, and the earpiece which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it. I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There's one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness we just heard from. he's most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into the statement. Okay. You may each have a copy if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that. You're really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are, then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Kudo's. Yes, Your Honor. Let's check this out. Let's see what it actually says. Hold on. Sorry, this isn't a piece of This isn't a piece of test already. More like a 5-year-old. Apologies. Let's see what this says. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. Dang. What the heck are we supposed to do? 3 copies. That is all. The court is adjourned. And as court adjourns, it's going to be the end of the day's part, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's been pretty short compared to other parts, but you know, I'm getting back into the swing of things. I haven't recorded in a long time, if you may have known, like 3 weeks. But you know, I'm recording this on the 8th, and next week I'll have an entire week to start recording and stuff like that. So I'll be back on track to carry on with this game and also Pokemon Uranium. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, and please subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys later for some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. Peace.